Getting back to the central theme of people making mistakes that are going to last for a long time, like the OnlyFans people, I want to tell you, and actually not you, I want to tell you people.
What do you mean, you
who
people?
are still out there looting.
Why are you looking at me so sternly when you say this?
Stop. I see that new microphone stand.
You got bought this shit?
No. I'm trying to tell the looters, please think of your future. Stop looting, okay? I remember a couple months ago, right after the George Floyd protest started, they were looting all up in LA. They were looting Beverly Hills. They were looting Hollywood. They're looting Santa Monica, right? Everyone's running around thinking, oh, the world's ending. There will be no consequences. I'll just take whatever I want. I took the time to go and do some research and a follow-up on people who were looting. And guess what? They're arresting a lot of them. First of all, you had those two idiots who threw a Molotov cocktail at a cop car in New York.
Right.
It didn't go off, but they're facing 20 years to life. Mandatory minimum of 5 years for that shit. Because you got so caught up in the moment. You thought you were in V for Vendetta. And you're just going to throw Molotov cocktails at the NYPD. Like, you know how many cameras are in fucking New York City? They literally park poles, like cars with poles on them that have 50 cameras on them to just capture every single thing that goes on there.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? These people are throwing their lives away in one night. Protest, yes. Be passionate, yes. Don't get caught looting and arsoning. Because now no one cares. Like, no one's going to come and fight for you to get out of jail. There's too much going on. Another girl, she got caught up for burning down the courthouse. Wesley Summers. Oh, this is someone else. No, that's someone else. She's also charged. Shelby Ligens, 22, charged with malicious destruction of property using fire or explosives in the Nashville courthouse. Mandatory minimum 5 years, possibly 20 years in jail. Who else do we have here? Santa Monica looting suspect arrested after police find thousands of dollars worth of stolen merchandise. What's she facing? She's being held on $100,000 bail. She's facing justice. A lot of these people got caught right afterward, but the news cycle moves on, so we forget about it. 3 teens accused of arson, looting during Santa Monica protest, arrested.
If only they put
They burned down the Saki house.
If only they put the same energy into arresting cops that kill people. The world would be a much better place.
I agree, but right now we're talking about the looters. Once again, mandatory minimum of 5 years, maximum 20 years in a federal prison. That's not fun.
You been there?
I drove past one once, I think. More men arrested for the Santa Monica stuff. It goes on and on. The list goes on and on. Arson, looting. Don't do it. Because here's why. When this was happening, you were on the golf course during the protest, but I was actually down there in the thick of it, because I'm a big supporter, a big activist.
Bro, you went twice and you took shrooms one time. You'll fuck yourself.
3 times.
Oh, sorry.
And so I was down there, and everyone's looting, or they're doing this. They're destroying cop cars. Like, they're tearing them apart, tearing the license plates off, beating it. At one point, we thought they were going to set it on fire. Some big fat guy held up a bottle of water. We didn't know what was in it, so we all took off running. Cops are shooting those grenades, those, flashbangs, smoke, grenades, all that shit. It's all going on. And the cops are just standing there watching while everyone is destroying the cars, breaking windows, stealing. They're just watching. So everyone's thinking, oh, shit, we're going to get away with this.
Yeah.
No, you fucking idiots. The cops set the trap for you. They let you do this while you're being surveilled so that they can actually charge you with some serious crimes later. Their whole job is trying to solve crimes, putting together evidence. They don't always find the right crime. Usually they just want a solution so they can close the case. They don't care if it's justice or not.
Right.
That's a whole different issue we'll get to.
Yeah.
But the cops are letting you get away with it. You're thinking this is all fun. We're revolutionaries. No, they're setting you up so they can catch you later, and they've got you dead to rights. They've got video. They've got the evidence, the stuff that you stole. And now, instead of maybe they could have charged you with some kind of sort of like unlawful assembly or maybe a curfew charge. Now they got you for stealing thousands of dollars of merchandise, for fucking blowing shit up, for breaking windows. And you've fallen into their trap. Hundreds of people. And they continue to do so across the country. People are now picking up attempted murder charges, actual murder charges. You got that fucking Marquise Love allegedly kicking the guy in the head, almost killing him in Portland. You know, like got caught up in the moment, kicking people. It's not worth it. Protest, sure. Don't give the cops more red meat. Don't give them more people to put in prison. Am I wrong?
No, man. If you're going to steal, be smart about it.
Can I put my fist up right now
Be like Bella
in solidarity?
Thorne. Be smart about it. Be Bella Thorne.
Yeah. Would that be appropriation?
Yeah. What are you doing? Get your own culture. You spin a fucking pizza in the air. That's what you do.
What if I hold my hand like a little shark?
Hold your finger as if you're twirling some dough, and that's your.
You know what Italians do? They talk like with their thumb attached to their index finger and their middle finger.
Yeah.
Stop doing it! Stop with the stealing! What are you doing?
There we go. There we go.
You fucking letting these guys arrest you? You know?
There we go.
No, so that's what's going on. And I do also have another message for the protesters. Stop it, please. You have to stop.
Stop protesting?
Stop protesting right now.
Why?
Because you're handing Trump an election win. Just stop it until after the election. No, because he's already saying, I'm the law and order candidate. This is Joe Biden's America. He's going to let these thugs come into your neighborhood next. And by the way, there's a lot of video, people going through neighborhoods at night, like, wake up, come out of your house and shit. And they're beating up they're clashing. It's getting violent. A lot of it in Portland for some reason. They seem to have an endless supply of angry people up in Portland.
Yeah.
On both sides. I don't know what is wrong with Portland.
There's a lot of racists up there in Portland.
Frankly, I would just drop a bomb on Portland and be done
Too many
with it.
racists in Portland.
That's true.
One of the most racist states in the country, actually.
I'm just saying, I don't know where people get the energy night after night. It never ends.
That shit don't sleep.
On both sides.
It's racist.
I'm saying, where does both sides get the energy? Doesn't anyone have to be up in the morning?
No. Antifa writes them checks, bro.
Fucking Antifa. Fuck you, Soros.
George Soros is funding that shit. Hey, bitch, don't go to work. Here's $500. Yeah.
He would go broke if that was true.
No,
but
he's a billionaire.
The point is, you please have to stop doing this just for now so Trump can't build this narrative that Joe Biden's America is a lawless place where they're going to destroy your business. Okay? After the election, you can go back if Biden wins and you can start protesting again and you can try to hold him and Kamala accountable. But for right now, I'm begging you, please, go home, stop protesting. Everyone chill out.
The people who know about Joe and Kamala know that lawlessness is the opposite of what they stand for. These people love to put people in jail for nothing, forever.
I know, but Mo, we're dealing with stupid old conservatives who are the word Democrat equals communism and racial equality and welfare.
Who the fuck is Ron Paul, man?
Hopefully he's close to his grave.
I've been looking for him for the last 12 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you need to just fuck. I lost my point. What was I gonna say?
You're trying to tell the protesters to stop protesting police brutality and social injustices.
Yeah, just chill.
You're telling people to stop protesting.
Yeah, for
wrongdoings that are happening
for like 2 months.
Why don't we just not kill any people for 2 months and then there won't be protests?
Because here's the other problem. I believe, do I have any proof of this? Not yet, but we're working on it, that right-wing agitators are infiltrating the protests And we saw this with the George Floyd protests.
Right.
Most people are peaceful. All of a sudden, you have 2 white girls spray painting.
Yeah.
And real activists were like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. You're making us look bad.
Right.
I witnessed it myself in Beverly Hills. People had to pull people aside and say, stop tagging on the windows.
Right. They told you to stop tagging.
And so it's an opportunity for angry people who have nothing to do, and also probably organized right-wing agitators to infiltrate your movement and make you look bad and violent. Because I always watch the videos and I always hear people saying, no, they don't represent us. That's not us. Well, I'm sorry, but to middle America and the rest of the country that lives in fear most of the time, that is your movement. So I'm asking you to stop until after the election. Or, here's my other theory, Mo.
What's that, baby?
That BLM actually wants Trump to win because they figure, hey, we're going to be oppressed anyway, no matter who's in the White House.
Right.
Let's have these white people feel some of that same oppression. Because if Trump's in office, everybody's getting oppressed.
Oh, man, that's a reach.
I'm just saying. Hey,
Take it
Twitter
out.
world.
Take it out.
Me, yours truly. You don't think that's possible?
No, that's a stretch. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like everybody knows that BLM is a cloak over the Democratic. It's the Democrats. It's these people.
It's really like a small amount of organized people and a lot of people who just have nothing to do, and they go out and
You donate to
protest.
BLM once. You're getting all these emails from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Well, that's true.
That didn't sign up for it. It's just it's a scam for the Democratic Party.
Okay, then then they need to, like, Joe needs to call his BLM people that work for him.
You think he
apparently
knows how to use a phone? This
And
guy is fucking delusional.
he needs to say, stop protesting, please.
He's in videos admitting the crimes. He doesn't know what day of the week it is.
Right.
He's getting trolled in Pennsylvania. This guy is, oh man, it's looking bad. It's looking real bad.
Well, no, it's looking bad because it like the coronavirus was such a fuck up, and the economy was really not doing well. It's really not doing well anymore. Not that it really was. It's doing well for a small segment.
It wasn't. Like, people don't realize the economy was fucked. You just didn't see it because you weren't sitting at home for 24 hours a day.
All they care about is the stock market numbers. And most people who tout the stock market numbers don't even have any money in the market. They just think it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way they can understand the economy.
Shit's been fucked since before 2017.
But
And
it just looks it looks really bad, and it's going to probably hand the election to Trump. So, enjoy the last few months of freedom. By the way, you picked the wrong time to stop watching the NBA.
I'm just saying.
The playoffs have been incredible. I just came from a buzzer beater in the Celtics-Raptors game. Whew.
Listen, man.
0.5 seconds on the clock. Last night.
I'll let you talk about your
night
sports.
before. I don't even want to talk about it too much. I'm just saying. You should come back.
You understand my point now, right? These motherfuckers pretended to boycott for 2 days only to go back and no one cares about these issues. Painting the court, putting names on the jerseys. Oh, we're going to turn Staples Center into a voting station. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is money. These players have all of the power. These owners were shook when they just stopped playing games for 2 days. You know how much money they fucking lost?
Yeah.
Billions.
I was pissed.
And what did they do? They folded because they got scared. If they really wanted to make a change, it's as simple as we're not playing anymore until XYZ. Here's our list of demands, or you can go fuck yourself.
Well, why don't we stop putting this on the shoulders of the NBA players?
Any sport.
Let's just let them play. Why do
Any
they have to
sport.
be involved?
Because they pretend to be activists.
I know.
So if you're going to pretend, that's the thing. If you were just like, hey, I'm just here to hoop. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I'm trying to hoop. I would go ahead, do your thing. But you have these big names who are just, oh, we got to have justice. We got to do this. We got to do that. Oh, wait, let me go play ball and get this check real quick. Then I'm going to come back and pretend to be an activist again. No. If you were really an activist, you would have stood to your guns and kept the boycott going until you saw actual change, not just, oh, you can go vote at Staples Center. It's an election polling place.
Mo, I agree.
So, like, pick a side.
I've come around. I've changed my mind. I don't think that it's going to do anything, the NBA boycotts.
Do shit.
So, like, let's just let them play and stop putting, like, you know.
No, they need to stop pretending that they care. That's what they need to do.
But the problem is, in today's
No one's
society,
forcing them to do. They chose to do this. Is the NFL putting these phrases on the back of their jerseys? Is the MLB doing that? No, and they still have viewers. They chose to pretend. So now the pressure and the spotlight is on them. They did this to themselves.
Unfortunately, in today's society, you're not allowed to not have a side. You are forced to pick a side, and you're forced to pick the woke side.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's it.
These baseball players aren't doing it.
Because they're already right wing.
Football players aren't doing it.
They're not in season right now.
You have golf players who are. This is an individual contributing sport who aren't doing it. Tennis players.
Naomi Osaka took her game off.
So, like, at my point, like, the NBA is the only sport that continues to pretend to be involved in these issues. Like, if they didn't pretend, I wouldn't care. Just say, hey, you know what? We're trying to capitalize like Bella Thorne did.
Right.
And we're going to pretend that we care about these issues so you can buy a jersey with a cool catchphrase on the back above your favorite player's name. So you can see Black Lives Matter on the court.
Does the Black Lives Matter get paid from any of that NBA merchandise?
I'm sure there's some sort of revenue split involved. Yes.
Do the people who invented the term Black Lives Matter get money?
I would assume it's trademarked.
It was all just a marketing opportunity,
It
just
was
like
all a
QAnon.
dream. It was. But that's my point, man. It's like, if you want to be involved, be involved. If you're going to pretend, then I have a problem with it.
I'm with you now. I want them to just drop any pretense about this being about the movement or whatever. Just play the games and let's enjoy. Let's enjoy some entertainment. And when the game's off, you go do whatever you want. Go support whatever.